Come on, Wolcen! Hello everyone, and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we are headed back to the world of Wolcen Lords of Mayhem, because they just dropped their 1.0.15.0 patch. And this is part of my Is It Fixed Yet series. Every time Wolcen Studios drops an update to this game, we dissect it, then I log into the game and tell you, is it fixed yet? But first, if you're new here, welcome. Here at Action RPG, I stream, I do tech reviews, I cover major gaming news, but the big portion of this channel, all things Action RPG. So if you grew up loving the Diablo series, if you're a fan of top-down isometric hack-and-slash style games, you are in the right place. So please consider subscribing and supporting smaller channels. All right, let's break down this dumpster fire. As always, I will share my thoughts. Please feel free to share yours in the comment section below. Here we go. Okay, so let's jump right into this. Right now I am on Wolcen's official forum, and this is their patch notes for 1.0.15.0. Hello everyone, this is the last patch before Second Dawn, 1.0.16 patch in July. Although we fixed a few issues already, we will make a more substantial patch for Second Dawn, including some balancing improvements. We know that you're also waiting for additional content in the game. Our teams are already working on the first Chronicle, which will bring more content and some exciting gameplay changes that will offer more options to various builds. It will be available a few months after Second Dawn. But for the moment, here are the patch notes for 1.0.15. Okay, let's break down these first two paragraphs because it's very important. I'm going to get into all this in a second, but what they are telling you is that balancing, so as far as changing the skills that are in the game, changing the Gates of Fate as far as like the passive nodes, that's not going to come until July, okay? Which is the Second Dawn expansion, which is not an expansion, it's literally just a patch. Okay, so 2 months you will be waiting for balancing improvements, and then on the second paragraph it's like a slap in the face. We know that you've been eagerly waiting for also additional content to the game. That will come a few months after Second Dawn. 4 months from right now, you will be able to get potentially new skills, potentially balancing, so not everybody's using the exact same thing, and potentially new content in 4 months. It's freaking horrible. It's just horrible. Like, I don't know what to say. Okay. General. I'm just gonna read through some of this. Fix an item duplication technique using the jeweler window. Fix an issue causing FAZ weapons VFX to be misplaced. Fix a client crash happening when removing the regent from the dark market inventory. Fix the server disconnect happening when swapping items. Fix an issue causing key binding and modifications to be saved when cancelled. Fix an issue causing players' portraits to overlap. Fix an issue preventing the player to drag and drop a regent into the dark market project window while unstacking it. Fix an issue where typing some characters XML tags in the chat window could freeze the game. Fix an issue causing part of that chat message to disappear after using commas. Fix an issue leading players to be stuck on the flesh environment spine while using leap skills like Wings of Ishmar. This is all, like, great. We're not gonna get dropped and kicked out of the game as many times when we're changing stuff in our inventory. Awesome. This is everything that we've been wanting. Obviously, I am not happy. User interface. Fix an issue preventing quest monsters to be displayed as such on the minimap. Fix an issue causing the UI focus to be lost. Forced to click on the inventory to be able to hover over the items. Okay, this is a good thing. ultra annoying. When you have items in your inventory, sometimes you can't hover over them for it to display the item you have equipped and what the item in your inventory is. You actually have to click on the item, and then sometimes it still doesn't pop up. So it's nice that we'll test this later that it's supposed to be fixed. Fix an issue causing incorrect magic find values to be displayed on players' screens if they joined an existing expedition. Fix an issue preventing the minimap icon of FAZ to be displayed properly. Added the correct minimap icon to the jeweler. Yeah. Okay, so far we have one thing, at least to what I play, that I am happy about. Gameplay. Fix an issue causing the Tormentor Soul's Swallow skill to aim players behind its back. Fix an issue causing the Nadirum to have the wrong orientation when casting its missile launch skill if the player was using Wings of Ishmar at the same time. Fix an issue preventing Gunslinger's brand augmented ammunition variant to convert damage into a random type if combined with the flak hand cannon variant. Fix an issue causing the player to be invincible after casting Juggernaut and Bleeding Edge on the Untainted Zealot. Fix an issue causing the Cast Avenger auto turret with less range. Fix an issue with the Death Gazer railgun. This is all garbage. Fixed map consumables with level override now hide the level offset selection button when used. That is your update. By the way, it's been weeks since they put out this now update from 1.0.15. The rest of the update, you guys are gonna die. Look how long it is. This is audio improvements. Sure, audio is important. Giving people skills that work? Yeah, that's important. Giving them content to do at the end of the game, that's pretty important too. Making it where things are balanced so you can have multiple builds, that's also important. I'm not going to read all this audio stuff, like who cares? But the last thing, I mean, hey, added Hungarian localization. Many thanks to our Hungarian community translator. Now we got it all. Got it all. This has been out for 11 hours. Check out the 3 replies. Thank you for listening. Well done, Dev Connections. This is probably the devs writing this comment. Very nice. I'm testing sounds and stuff. Well done. Now let's go to the July patch. Barely can wait to see the next patch on July. Nice seeing bugs being fixed slowly but surely. Guess balancing will have to wait until the next month. Garbage. Okay. You want to see some real comments? Okay, enough of this. All right. Let's switch over to Twitter. Everyone's favorite. Twitter dropped this on their Twitter today, and let's read some comments. 700 players on Steam charts. They never answer to their fans. They don't show any respect. I'll never buy a game from them again. Reply. They will never make a game again. Second Dawn sounds like an expansion. Sad that it's not. I'll definitely revisit whenever new content is added. Is it still the same SHIT show? You are the reason I am never backing games again. I so regret that I bought this game. No endgame, no content, and now we probably have to wait 6 months or more for some league or some other garbage. Damn, I wish I could refund it or sell it. At least we got our Kickstarter bonus. Wait, do the people that kickstarted this game, the bonuses they were supposed to get? Nope. People still play this dead game. Maybe I'm the only one. Oh, it's not all bad. Is this worth install again? July. What's happening in July? The last patch before Second Dawn. Okay, I'm not going to keep reading this stuff. So that's your update. Let's log into the game, and we'll see if it's fixed yet. I think you know what the answer is, though. Okay, I've been logged into the game for 90 minutes, and right now I'm just in an Expedition 133. Been kind of messing around with the new Infinity Blade build. So I'm going to play for a little bit and tell you the difference between 1.0.14 and 1.0.15. At least for me, nothing. I'm sorry, not nothing. There's one thing different that I like about the game right now compared to playing it yesterday. And that is
It's hard. So on here yesterday, when you highlighted over an item, it was really small on my screen, and I had to click on the item to be able to see it. Now I can gingerly just scroll over, and it pops up in a nice big window. It will show the item, and then the item that is equipped to take a look at the difference. Okay? So that's really the only thing that Wolcen Studios gave me particularly in this. Now who knows, maybe the audio is a lot better. I really never had tons of problem with the audio. Like, I mean, it wasn't great, but I mean, that's not the stuff that I really care about. Now what's different about this time I do the series on Is It Fixed is instead of me just being upset, which this is probably the most upset I've been in a while since I've made this video series, is I decided I'm going to tell Wolcen my opinions on what they need to fix. And this list would be a lot longer if I made it over the course of a week. But since I've been playing for 90 minutes, I started jotting down on my phone things that I think Wolcen Studios should fix. Wolcen Studios, pucker up your ears for a second, okay? It's Aaron here from Action RPG. I know I have a new YouTube channel. I know it's not huge, but I am one of the few people still on YouTube that covers your game and makes game guides. So listen to what I think you should fix on these small updates. And of course, you need to add more content and stuff to endgame. Okay, here we go. Allow you to set which enemies your summons target. That would be great. One of the summoning skills, fix Ravenous Reach. The AI is literally non-existent. It's unplayable. And that is the main summon that I want to do, but I can't do it because it's horrible. Also, in the top left corner next to your name, you should show the summons there with a little picture and their life. So you could track how much life they have, and you can see when they die. Okay, I just started with summons because that's my main build, and it's always top of mind. Dies. When these dies drop, it is impossible to know which ones you have and which ones you don't. So you always have to check it. Oh, I've already unlocked that die. There should be a way for it to drop to show if you have it or not. I know that's kind of a small thing, but I threw it on there because it's so always agitating. Also, there should be a setting that you can click for skills. Anytime an Enorak drops, it would be great that if I clicked on it, it auto-used. Because every time you pick up an Enorak, you have to go to your inventory and you have to right-click it. It's just a dumb little thing, but it's still a nuisance all the time because they fill up your stash, which is already limited, and then you have to go use them, which everybody's going to use anyways. You need to completely revamp Wealth Omens, the little gold guys. I think of like the goblins in D3. You always skip them. They're a joke. They take forever to kill. They never stop moving. So the Wealth Omens, they need to be completely redone. The UI, user interface, this large user interface here, I want to be able to remove it. Now, lots of action RPGs have talked about this setting. I have literally every single button on here memorized. I do not need it, and it'll make my screen for fighting larger. On top of that, when you travel up, it's fine. Left is fine. Right is fine. But when you are traveling down, a lot of times you find yourself clicking or highlighting over your user interface, which becomes annoying. Listen to me on this stuff, Wolcen. Add a way to give up on an expedition instead of just dying. It is dumb that if I try to go to town, you can't, and there's no way to give up. And if there is a way, please tell me, because I don't see it anywhere. So you literally just have to die and then hit X for your settings to be done. There should be a give up button on expeditions. That's very silly. Allow you to replay the campaign, or at least replay old bosses. Even if there's not really a reward. Like, I beat the campaign so long ago that I'm starting to forget the story of Wolcen, and some of the boss fights were fun, so I'd like to be able to see my character now to see what they can do previously, even if the bosses are harder. It's weird that you can't go back and visit the campaign in the locations. Like, what a weird way to have endgame. In the passive skill tree, or the Gates of Fate, you should be allowed to remove one or multiple points at a time, okay? So on here, let's say I misclick and click this. There is no way to take it off. Instead, you have to reset your entire Gates of Fate. It's the only way. You click one thing, I don't want that. I want to go a different direction. There's no way to reset it. Can't do it. Okay? What else do I got on here? Attribute points. So on here, you reset your attributes. Oh, I can't reset it. When you reset it, you cannot click multiple at a time. So 1,000 clicks it would take me to put these 1,000 points back into toughness. I cannot do 10 at a time, 5 at a time, 100 at a time. I have to click my mouse 1,000 times. Probably not 1,000. 700 or 800 times to put it back in. There should be a way to do it faster. Just dumb little things. This is the stuff that you should be fixing in these intricate patches, or these little patches, because they're quality of life. You need to revamp uniques. Obviously, this is a larger one. The whole point of Endgame is to use unique items to modify your character that work with the Gates of Fate and your skills to make them different. Since Endgame you do not use uniques, you use legendaries, all you have is your skills, skill modifiers, to change your characters. That's why so many characters are exactly the same. If you had all 50 uniques be able to change your character for the better, then you'd have much more build diversity. You have to revamp uniques. Everybody that I know that plays Endgame uses legendaries. You can craft them, you can change them, you can make them exactly to your needs. You could socket them. You cannot do any of that with uniques. Terrible design, okay? The cursor. This is like a little one too. Me and my wife talk about it all the time. The cursor is extremely small. It is also white/silverish. When you attack an enemy, they blink white. What does that mean? You lose your cursor all the time. And maybe that's like, oh, you're such a noob, you don't even know where your cursor is. When you're battling in an action RPG and there's a million people around, sometimes it's hard to find your cursor. So I should be able to change color, size, something like that, so that I know where it is. And the last thing, Primordial Essence, this bar here, that when it fills up, you turn into your Primordial Essence monster person that's super powerful. It's completely useless. It's not as strong. My character's 10 times better. Me and my wife joke around because we only use it if one of us dies to be able to pass over enemies to revive each other. That's the only thing we use it for. Not kidding. That's it. Okay. That is my list. Look, right there. Interact fell. Pick it up. Now I gotta go to my stash and use it. It should auto do that. Okay, this video is way too long. It's probably also one of the most negative videos I've made. Wolcen, I play your game every single night. I work on game guides for it. Listen to my advice to improve it. And that doesn't even have to do, and I didn't even mention server crashes or a boring end game. Like, there is so much stuff you can fix to make this game better. It's a beautiful game. Like, the visuals inside are nice. Like, you guys have worked a lot on it, but you really need to start improving now. Like, if you follow the Steam charts, almost every single week you continue to bleed characters, and the joke is that this game is dead because at one point you had 100,000 concurrent players. I think they'll come back if you fix it, but you need to listen to my advice. On top of that, reach out to me on Discord. I will talk to the community for you. Send me an email. Do whatever you gotta do. I will be here. Okay, everybody. Thank you all for watching. 1.0.15.0, the 15th patch for Wolcen Lords of Mayhem. Is the game fixed yet? No, it's not fixed. It's playable. I would go as far as saying it's stable. Have they worked on a lot of stuff? Yes. At the end game, are you bored? Yes. There's still such a far way to go. Okay, that's all I'm going to talk about. I'm normally not a negative YouTuber. I'm sorry about this video. I'm just very disappointed. Stay home, stay safe, and do not forget to join the official Action RPG Discord. Aaron.